Today I'm reviewing Mamba, the hyper coaster at Worlds of Fun, tallest in the park. It's done by Morgan. And let me just say, this was a ride that surprised me. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And I think part of that is because I had just ridden Steel Eel not too long ago, and that ride really beat me up. I was not a fan of it, and so I go in, and I came out of this thing saying that was really fun. This is a great ride, guys. I think it's underrated. I don't think it gets as much talk as it should. It's smooth, it has some great airtime, and it's a long ride. There's not much more you can ask for. So diving a bit in depth into this review, you start off your ride by boarding into the trains, and I gotta say the lap bars are a little funky. I've never been a huge fan of this train style. That's probably the one thing that I'd say I think could be better. But you start going up the chain lift, it's loud and noisy, takes you up 205 feet into the air. Great view, and you have a long time to take in all the sights. And then you go down this huge drop reaching speeds of 75 miles per hour, so you are absolutely cruising. Go up over this huge airtime hill. You go over a few of those, you go into this long helix that ends up going really super close to the ground. I really enjoyed that moment. This huge helix, this massive bank turn, starts up high, goes down low. And I believe at one point it went through like a bit of a mist or like sprinkler or something, so I remember just getting misted. I thought that was something that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that happens all the time, but then you go back up and you go into some smaller airtime hills all back to back to back to back. And really this is when you're just throwing your hands up, enjoying the ride experience. And then boom, the ride's over, you come to a halt at the brake run. All in all, this is a long ride, and I really don't have any complaints against it. I thought it was a great ride in the front row and the back. Could the drop be steeper? Sure. But I mean, for what the ride is, this is great. It has some awesome moments of floater air, and as you're coming in towards the end, those smaller hills give a bit of ejector airtime. And for the most part, I'd say that this ride just overall in general is awesome. Definitely one of the best coasters in Missouri in my opinion. Is it the best in the park? That's a toss-up. I actually really like Worlds of Fun's top 3. Patriot is also great, and Prowler is pretty fun too. So I think it's kind of a toss-up between those 3. I enjoy them all equally as much. But all in all, I ended up getting about 3 rides in on Mamba, both in the front row and back. I think I sat somewhere in the middle on the last one. The only thing that I think actually got to me that I really did not like was I believe they were running one train on this when I rode it. That is something that was not good. It really slowed up the line and made the wait super long and boring. Even though there were only a few people in front of me waiting for the front row, it took a lot longer than it should have. But that's kind of more of a park issue. I might have just gone on a really dead day, which I think I did because it was a walk-on for everything. But still, that one train operation on a long ride like this really did kind of kill it. So for its final score, I'm going to give it an 8.5. And when people ask, okay, so it got an 8.5, what could be improved to make it a perfect 10? I'm not really quite sure. I think for what the ride is, it is a very solid ride experience. I think typically I just prefer the B&M hypers. Although I will say, some B&M hypers have a rattle, this one does not. I mean, if we really want to get technical, I'd say the trains on this could be a little better, and definitely the operations. But other than that, I think it's a great ride. I really liked Mamba. So let me know about what you think in the comment section below. And of course, you can stay tuned for more coaster reviews. I have plenty more coming here at Coaster Studios.